and welcome. That you serve.
Viva HR, and today we're going to talk about
Mindset that says, no, I'm going to build the perfect
you to improve your business or mistakes when hiring people. Number Hey, today we're going to talk about how to build the anatomy of the perfect job description. What a lot of small businesses don't realize is the job description really is the backbone to getting qualified candidates. If you find yourself saying, I'm not really getting enough qualified candidates, it might be important to have some introspection. Look at your job description to see what you can do to modify it to attract the right people. So after 15 years of being in the HR technology space, I'm going to uncover the exact formula that we recommend and we actually use in our own company for attracting the best candidates. So here we go. The first thing we want to talk about is the job title. This is the foundation of your job posting. A lot of the big job boards will use the job title as the direction to the industry, the category, and any niche job boards that it sends the job to is all based on this job title. If you get creative and fancy and have the fun stuff in your job title, like, Chief Happiness Officer, although cute, not practical. That is not going to drive you the right candidate. So job title, we want to make exactly specific. And I'm just going to use one today. We're just going to call it sales support. So a lot of times when we're hiring for this particular role, we may be using an exact location, a location of the office where they're going to be working. This might be a different strategy if it's remote, but let's use the example of we're hiring for a specific location. My recommendation is don't use a physical address. Instead, focus on a city, state, and zip that's at the center or proximity of the highest concentrated talent pool you want to draw from. Let me say that again. The location should be the city, state, and zip from where you're trying to draw talent from. If you've got an office that's in an obscure location, not a lot of people around it, don't show your location for that area. Show it within 15 to 20 miles. Anything outside that might be too much that's going to get it. So I'm based in Phoenix, Arizona, so I would put in Phoenix, AZ, 85008 because this is the zip code that I want to draw talent pool from. This is going to get your visibility score the highest because when those candidates go to the job boards, it's going to default to their location and it's going to default to proximity of your job compared to where they are sitting and looking for the job. All right. The next section, absolutely critical. This is where you set a tone. This is not about them. Oh, this is a big problem. You jump right into telling them this is what you're going to do for me. This is your responsibilities. Hold on. This is what we can do together. This is where you outline the position. This is where you set up expectations. Here's the vision of the role. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. Are you the right person? Together, we're going to accomplish X, Y, Z. This is where you set it up. You've got to set the tone of what we can do together. And what I like to do is usually put that in an opening paragraph followed by more about us. So this is where you talk about your company. Here's who we serve. Here's our passion. Here's our company culture. Here's our core values. But this is where you tell a little story about us. Do you see the difference? A lot of job postings are going to get right into sales support. You're going to dial 15 calls every hour. You're going to do this, 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 and this. And here's the qualifications for this job. If you got a lot of competition out there, you've got to separate yourself. You've got to emotionally connect with the candidate, okay? In these opening 2 paragraphs, you're going to want to take your job title and you're going to want to reference it 3 times in your opening 2 paragraphs. For example, on the we can do this together, as a sales support specialist, we aim to accomplish X, Y, Z. The support we give our sales support specialists is this, this, and this. You're dropping the job title in there at least 3 times into the posting. The next section is very simple. A lot of you already have this nailed down very well, but this is where we're going to talk about the responsibilities of the job. I need you to make sure that you've got at least 3 to 5 bullet points. You've got to have bullet point format. Having a paragraph here does not fit the algorithm of the job boards. It just doesn't. We've got to have bullet points outlining that out. And then we got to have our requirements section. What I have found, a lot of these job boards, when you go in and you search as a job seeker, you'll notice that it defaults for relevancy. Relevancy is just another fancy way of saying our algorithm, our ranking factors. We have found, after posting tens of thousands of jobs through Viva HR, jobs that do not have 7 or more bullet points tend not to have nearly as much visibility in the jobs listing, in the results. So again, another chance for you to have 3 to 5 bullet points here in our requirements sections. Responsibilities, requirements. This is where you talk about you must have this many years of experience. You must have this knowledge of this software. Outline it. Be very specific. When you can have a lot of clarity here, this is when you're going to attract the right candidates. And now for the golden section that a lot of you miss out on. This is our blue sky section down below. I see a lot of job postings end after requirements, or they'll have a closing paragraph. What they forget to do is plant their flag. Tell a story. This is our vision of our blue skies together. This is where you can start to outline exactly where your company is going. Here's how we view our culture. Let me expand a little bit on our core values. Here's 2 of our favorite core values. Set the vision so when they're reading this posting, they go through and go, yes, I can understand those responsibilities. I qualify under the requirements. And now you're letting them visualize what it looks like to work for your organization. All of that followed by a statement of hiring process. So if you can set the vision and then you can visually outline, this is our hiring process. We're going to review the resumes at the end of this week. We're going to be sending out emails to set up our phone interviews. Then we'll schedule a Zoom interview, then invite you into an in-person. We expect to make this hire over the next 30 to 60 days. This is how you get candidates to buy into you. It's trust factor. It feels like it's full transparency. A lot of job postings lack transparency. A lot of job postings lack who the company is. And now we're going the entire opposite direction. We're giving them our playbook. We're telling them our hiring process. If you can follow this recipe and you can aim to have this be 350 words to 500 words with your job title in there at least 3 times in the opening paragraph, and you're able to get in 5 to 7 bullet points in your posting, this is the exact formula that we recommend. They are going to drive more candidates and more qualified candidates to each and every one of your job postings. If this is helpful, be sure to follow along. We are Viva HR, and we love helping small businesses with their hiring. Best of luck.